Welcome to Brain Vision.
Okay, guys, this is chapter 15, problem 4. In this question, we're given this table and that a company is considering building a bridge that would cost $2 million up front and then cost nothing after that to maintain. The first part of the question asks us, what is the profit maximizing price? And so in order to know that, right, profit maximization occurs where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. We know that marginal cost equals 0, so we need to calculate marginal revenue. So to do that, we're going to make this table. We have a price, we have a quantity, we have a total revenue, and then we have a marginal revenue. And so for a price of 0, we're going to have a quantity of 800, but total revenue of 0 because it's price times quantity, and then a marginal revenue, which doesn't exist, it's not 0. At a price of 1, it's 700, the total revenue is 700, and the marginal revenue is 700. At a price of 2, the quantity is 600 for total revenue of 1200 and a marginal revenue of 500. At 3, it's 500, 1500, and 300. 4 is 400, a total revenue of 1600 and a marginal revenue of 100. And then at 5, we have a quantity of 300, a total revenue of 1500 and a marginal revenue of minus 100. And you should go and fill out the rest of the table, but it's not really relevant for the remainder of this question. We see that the marginal revenue is going to be somewhere between a price of 4 and 5, but to keep the question simple, we're going to say that the company would not charge a price of 5 because then its marginal revenue would be negative, which is less than its marginal cost, so it's going to charge a price of 4. So it'll be a price equals 4, quantity equals 400. Then the second part of the question is, what is the efficient level of output? The efficient level of output is where the price is equal to the marginal cost, and we see that the marginal cost is 0. So the efficient level of output would be a price equals 0 and a quantity equals 800. The second part of this question then asks, if the company is profit maximizing, should it build the bridge? And the answer is no, it shouldn't. We know that if it's profit maximizing, it's going to choose a price equals 4 and a quantity equals 400, which means the total revenue is going to equal 1600, which is 1.6 million because the quantity is in hundreds of thousands. But remember that it cost the company $2 million to build the bridge, and so when it's maximizing profit, it's still coming out with a loss, so the company should not build the bridge. The third part of the question asks us, if the government were to build the bridge, what price should it charge? And so one of the reasons the government would sort of step in for a monopoly is if you're not getting the efficient level of output. And so if the government were to build the bridge instead of the company, we would want the outcome to be the efficient level of output, efficient output. And so what is the efficient output? Remember, marginal cost equals 0. So we want price to equal marginal cost, and so we would want P equals 0 and Q equals 800 if the government were to build the bridge. And the last part of the question is, should then the government build the bridge? This is really more of a normative question than a positive question, meaning that it's sort of up to your opinion and there's not really a bunch of math behind it. It depends on many factors, right? So the short answer is it depends. Is there going to be a large enough need for the bridge to justify the government's cost in building the bridge? Is the economic activity that will result from the bridge enough to justify the cost of the bridge? Consider, people from New Jersey or Delaware or Pennsylvania needing to get to New York City, building the bridges across New Jersey into New York. In the San Francisco Bay Area to go from the East Bay, Alameda area, Oakland area into San Francisco. Is that increase in the number of workers being able to get to jobs in these big metropolitan areas, is that worth the cost of the bridge? So this was question 4 of chapter 15.